are heard as yet. We have customized socks in support of the Shankatpanam Cancer Hospital. We have volunteers going around the room to help you with any purchases. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to resume our program. Please join me in a warm welcome and a round of applause for our keynote speaker, Mr. Momin Qureshi, the famous radio personality.
First time I've ever been called famous by somebody, all right? Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to speak. Before I start, I want to say I've emceed a number of events before, but when Father Uncle asked me to make a speech, this is very unlike what I normally do. Normally when I do my reports, I have 40 seconds to talk, and now he's given me a few minutes. Almost 10 minutes, I believe, so bear with me because this is not what I normally do, but I'm happy to do it. It's a very important cause, so I'm glad I'm here. Now, before I go any further, if you feel comfortable, I want you to raise your hand if you've had cancer or if you know somebody personally who has had cancer. A spouse, a friend, a son, a daughter, a sibling. If you know anybody like that, I can see so many hands here raised, and I feel like pretty much everybody in this room has had a personal experience, unfortunately, with somebody you know, somebody you care about, and somebody you love who has cancer. And to me, the thing is, we all know the state of the world today. It's a very ever-divided world. And there seem to be few things that really that can connect us together. Issues that we all have in common, things that you and I and almost everyone that you meet have in common. And at a time where commonalities, at a time where we need commonalities, it is both fortunate and unfortunate that cancer is one of the things that binds us together. I say unfortunate because the one thing that cancer does not do is discriminate. Cancer doesn't care about your gender, it doesn't care about your religion, it does not care about your nationality, your economic standing in life. It can kill you if you're a billionaire, and it can kill you if you're in poverty. It definitely does not care about your political affiliation. It doesn't care if you're a Trump supporter, it doesn't care if you voted for Justin Trudeau, it doesn't care if you support Imran Khan, and it does not care if you support Nawaz Sharif. Cancer doesn't care, and it does not discriminate. And that to me is why I said it's also fortunate, because cancer doesn't discriminate. It means that it affects us all, and it means that we all have a stake in doing all we can to find a cure and treatments and build facilities like this wonderful hospital to fight the disease. The fact that it doesn't care about nationality or race or religion or gender or economic standing means that we can all swim in the same direction to try to do what we can to fight cancer. Now, like you, I too have been affected by cancer. While I am thankful that I have never had the disease myself, I have seen many family members fight different forms of cancer. I've felt and seen the effects it can have, not only on the person who is doing the battle with the disease, but also on the loved ones who are part of the daily grind and the daily fight. Earlier this year, my beloved aunt died from breast cancer, sending shockwaves through our family. In just the past few years, another aunt and two cousins of mine here in Toronto have had different forms of cancer, but thankfully are now doing well. but my real experience in my life comes from my own home. My mother passed away from breast cancer when I was only 6 years old. A few years later, I was blessed with a wonderful second mom when my father remarried, and she too had a battle of cancer of her own. In fact, she was told she only has 6 months to live, but I'm thankful to say that 30 years later, she's still alive and well and thriving. But what I really want to talk to you about, okay, thanks. My mom's in Pakistan right now, but I'll tell her that you guys have spotted that. But what I really want to talk to you about is my experience with my dad. He had prostate cancer when I was 15 years old, and I recall spending 2 nights in the hospital with him as he recovered from his surgery. And the two emotions that I can tell you that I experienced at that time were helplessness and hope. I felt helpless because there was my dad in the hospital, recovering from surgery, stitches all down his chest, tubes inside him, struggling to do things himself. I recall having to help him do things like shower and change and eat. And if you've ever had a family member or a friend who's had cancer and you guys all put up your hand, you know that you would give anything to trade places with them for even 1 hour so they did not have to feel the pain, so they didn't have to feel tired, so they didn't have to struggle, so they didn't have to feel thirsty. You would give almost anything in the world. In fact, you would give anything in the world to trade places with them so that person that you love would not have to feel and not have to experience the horrors of cancer. But unfortunately, that's not how the world works. You just have to sit there and watch somebody you care so much about, somebody you love unconditionally, suffer, and just be with them as best you can, but just watch them go through it. And that is a tough thing to do. That is a very tough thing to do, and that's when you realize the real impact that cancer has. But the hope for me comes from what comes after that. When you see all the doctors and the nurses and the medical professionals coming in day after day with treatments and help, doing the best they can to help out the person that's struggling. When you see all the money that is raised for these facilities, and you see all the resilience of the people who have these conditions. When I saw my dad be so strong when we left the hospital and go day after day after day to get himself back and up and running, and I'm happy to say he's again alive and well, mashallah, and doing well today. But that is the thing about cancer. While it can make you feel helpless if you are around family and loved ones, it should also give you great hope that there are facilities like this hospital that we're raising money for here today that can help people. Hopefully, one day we will find a cure. But in the meantime, it is important to set up the treatment centers so that people who do have the different forms of this disease can get the help that they need. Now, I said earlier that cancer doesn't discriminate.
Hello, please quiet. Please listen to the speaker. Please quiet. You are here to listen to the speakers, please. Thank you.
I don't know where that came from, but I don't know. That was like the voice of God coming down to tell you to pay attention. Well, that's good because I've gotten to the important part. I said that cancer doesn't discriminate economically, but the truth is money does matter in the fight against cancer. Because hospitals aren't free, doctors aren't free, nurses aren't free, MRI machines aren't free, all the treatments are not free. They cost money. And particularly in a place like Pakistan, they need all the help we can get. I was very blessed a couple of weeks ago in my line of work to go out to a fundraiser for Sick Kids Hospital as they announced they're building a new hospital. And you talk to these professionals and you realize that not one doctor, not one administrator at a hospital, not one nurse will ever tell you, yeah, we're good, we have enough money, because that's never the case. They need more funding. That is what we're all here for. Now, I'm hoping that you guys all came ready to donate and ready to give, and that Khalid will ask me to speak just as a filler, because he's about to come up here and ask you guys all for money. So please give generously, and let's go more away from the helplessness and more to the hope, so that we can give the future people hope, and that someday down the line, hopefully we can eradicate cancer. But in the meantime, let's invest in the research, let's invest in the facilities, let's invest in this hospital, because it needs our help. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Qureshi, for sharing your personal experiences with us. Before we continue on, I would like to ask everyone to please respect the speaker on stage and let them speak with your attention. And before we continue on with the program, I'd like to recognize a few of our VIPs who have arrived now. We have Mary Ng from Markham Thornhill, MP. We have Ebian Farah, the President of the Somali Association. We have Councillor Amanda Colucci. Thank you. And now for some further details on the project underway and how the funds raised this evening will be well applied to the expansion of the hospital and its cancer treatments. May I ask Mr. Tariq Azim to the podium.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Shaukat Khan Memorial Cancer Hospital and Research Center, I thank you all for taking time out today on a working day to come and enthusiastically participating in this fundraiser. I am very, very specially thankful to Cerf and Khalid Bhai and directors of Cerf in Canada for choosing Shaukat Khanum and considering it worthy of their support. I will go through a very brief presentation about the hospital, giving you the updates about the hospital. I will start with the mission statement. We have 4 focal points in our mission statement. One, that we would act as a model institution in the healthcare industry in Pakistan. And number 2, that we will provide a state-of-the-art cancer treatment to the cancer patients, irrespective of their ability to pay. And then a continuous education program and research. Next. Our core values are that we do not, there is no disparity between the patients who pay for themselves and those who are given financial assistance or are being treated free of cost. Whether it be accessibility, clinical facilities or accommodation facilities, the patients, whether they are paying for themselves or they are being treated free of cost, they are treated equally. Next. 25% of the patients who come to us, they pay for themselves, they pay for their treatment, whereas we provide financial assistance, and 75% of the patients are treated free of cost. To date, we have, since the inception of this hospital, we have spent more than 347 million Canadian dollars, an equivalent amount of Canadian dollars to date, since 1994. I will tell you about the current projects of Shaukat Khanum. We have hospitals obviously in Lahore and Peshawar, which are already working, and we are at the final stages of planning to start the construction of Karachi Hospital, which inshallah will start by the beginning of next year, inshallah. We have 2 diagnostic centers, one in Lahore and one in Karachi. And then we have screening clinics, 4 screening clinics, one in Lahore, Karachi, Peshawar and Multan. And then we have laboratory collection centers throughout the country, and the number is about 179. This is Lahore Hospital. These are the clinical and sports service departments. The purpose of this slide is that obviously being a hospital, an importance is given to the clinical services, but we give equal importance to the sports services, the functions, administrative functions. That is what makes this hospital so successful. These are different areas, whether it be outpatient visits or surgical procedures, radiation therapy, or chemotherapy or admission. The activities have grown tremendously over the years. These are the figures for last 16 years, from the year 2000 to 2016. And the activities and the functions in every sphere has grown many folds. We keep on last one. We keep on expanding the hospital facilities, and this is the recent expansion in our hospital in Lahore, which is extension of endoscopy suite. Next. And obviously we install state-of-the-art equipment, and by the way, this equipment, which is linear accelerator, it was sponsored by the Cerf and you guys, you people here in Canada. This was bought by the Canadian Pakistanis. This is a clinical tower which Imran Khan was mentioning in his passage, that we are going to build a clinical tower in Lahore to enhance the capacity of Lahore Hospital. And once it is completed, the capacity of Lahore Hospital will be doubled, inshallah. Next. This is Peshawar Hospital, which is functioning since December 2015. Next. This hospital, the first phase is already is functioning, and we are working on phase 2 nowadays, which is the radiation therapy. We have started building the bunkers, and we are trying, we will inshallah buy the linear accelerators for Peshawar Hospital as well, and it will complete towards the mid of next year. These are the clinical services of Peshawar Hospital. Next. Yeah, chemotherapy bay. Similarly, since the inception of Peshawar Hospital, the activities in every sphere, in every department have increased there as well. Next. We have already broken the ground for Karachi Hospital in December last. This is the site plan for Chowkat Khanum Cancer Hospital in Karachi. This year our budget is 10 billion rupees, or equivalent to 108 billion Canadian dollars, to continue our mission and the projects we are working on. This is the breakup of our income. Almost 40 to 45% of the income of the revenues we generate ourselves through the marketing of hospital services, and 25% is raised through zakat and about 35% through donations. Here I would like to mention a very important point, that all the administrative expenditure of hospital is met by the hospital's own revenue, and we do not spend a single penny from zakat or donations on administrative expenditure. Revenue from the hospital is our diagnostic services that is utilized for the expansion projects, and your donation is similarly your donations, but zakat is solely and only spent on direct treatment of the patients. Next. This is very important slide. I would like you to pay a bit attention about this. these bars, this total bar represents the total spending of a particular year that we have spent on on treatment of poor patients. And the darker part is what we raise through zakat. So you will see that these figures are from 2007 till 2016, that whatever we raise in terms of zakat, we spend much more than that. So there is no question that zakat money is spent for any other activity other than being spent directly on the treatment of the poor patient. How you can support us? We say that no donation is a small donation. Next. You can give your zakat to us, or you can become a founding donor of one of our mega expansion projects, which is Karachi, Lahore and Peshawar, by paying 6,400 Canadian dollars. Sorry, next. Or you can create a legacy of being lifetime dedication of any area, room or specific. So there is a menu which is available on the website, and starting from 64,000 Canadian dollars up to goes up to millions. But this will be a legacy which will be left by you by dedicating it to your beloved ones. You can pledge some monthly contribution till the completion of all these three projects: Karachi, Lahore, and Peshawar. You can sponsor to purchase equipment ranging from $130 to millions of dollars. Next. Or you can directly sponsor a patient. These are the costs which we incur on different types of cancers, and you can adopt or sponsor a patient. Or you can donate a meal for the peds and for the adults. Next. You can make your checks payable to Cancer Education Research Foundation in Canada. I thank you once again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And now, for the last part of our program before the entertainment, please help me welcome the man who needs no introduction onto stage, Khalid Usman.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I can have attention of all the politicians, all those who have been taking selfies, I have noted their numbers, and they'll be the first one to donate tonight. So starting with our federal member of parliament, our provincial minister, and all those. So remember, this is for a great cause. And yes, I have taken. Good, Mary. My dear friends, I know because of the weather and all, we were delayed a little, but I think we have caught up to our time. If I can request everybody, Shafiq, please, just give me about 15-20 minutes. After that, the whole evening is yours. So just listen to, because this is the most important part of the evening for me, because I have to collect the money. For you, the worst part. But I know people that have gathered here in this hall tonight are the people that believe, and that's why they're here even on a weeknight. So my dear friends, I'm going to start with, while I was coming up, this is the spirit of giving. I have a friend here, Ahmed, on behalf of his family, Yusuf, German, Bay Homes Inc. Where are you? Please come on up. Come on, walk up to the stage. Let me just get this. Ahmed, where are you? Come on up. We are going to start with your donation. So, if you'd like to announce how much you want to give.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. MashaAllah, first of all, thanks to Khalid Bhai for arranging this beautiful event, beautiful evening, and gathering all these beautiful, amazing people for an amazing cause. I feel that Shaukat Khanum is something which we all believe in, no doubt. Whenever this name is mentioned, we have no doubt that every penny is going to be used in a very, very amazing way and in a very wise way. So whatever the amount is, I don't state the amount, but it is just an amount, but it's just about the cause we all believe in. And the more we give, the more we know that it's going to serve the people of Pakistan. And I strongly feel that every single person, whosoever can donate, they should do it. And that's all I'm going to say, and I'm going to help you out with that. Thank you.
Ahmed, that's $10,000. Just give him $10,000 worth of claps. Thank you, Ahmed. Well, you know, our dinner sponsors, Mohsin, Masood, and Abu Bakr Masood, where are you? They're here somewhere. Come on up. Quickly, look, we are short of time, so come on up. They are the dinner sponsors. I want them to come on up and say a few words. Where's Mohsin? Okay, come on.
This is all on you.
$25,000.
This is the mentor, the leader, and that's why he's taking the lead on this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, our friend Shakir is not here, but Shakir is our diamond sponsor, and that's $15,000. But actually, it's more because Shakir brought in So with him was Universal Real Estate Brokerage. Amir Shamsi, you're here. That's our gold sponsor. Thank you, Amir. And we also have, I always say that you got to give yourself before you can ask. So when I say give yourself, I ask my wife to give. So Dr. Abdul Osman, she's another gold sponsor. And my friend, AM Heat Treating and AM Surf Tech. Sir, I don't know. Come on up. Muhammad Hasnan. He's also a gold sponsor. Silver sponsor is UZ Insurance Solutions. You heard Uzma speak earlier. Unfortunately, at that time, there are not many people. But she's come up with a unique way of helping in a long term. They have an insurance policy in which the donors can bequest the hospital, and I mean it's a long term, but at least with the premiums that they'll accumulate, and the donation can go to the hospital upon your demise. But what can you say? It's a good way of financial planning and giving it to the hospital. So thank you, Isma. I know that Islamic Foundation, Akbar Warsi, Can you please bring your team with you? While you're walking up, you got to do a little fast walk. And your walk should be worth your commitment. And after that, I'm going to ask Ahsan and Ansari Sahab to get ready with their commitment. My dear friends, we have to raise a lot of money tonight. Big team means big bucks, right?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think our brother Khalisman, Allah has chosen him to do some good deed for the humanity, and he is our one brother that everybody prays for him, long life, happiness, and the good work he is doing. Jazakallah, brother Khalisman. Thank you for inviting us. Jazakallah.
And here's a personal donation of $500, and from the foundation is $10,000. Thank you. Could I ask the volunteers to please get on the side, because you have to take the forms, pledge forms. So if you can get to the left side, all the volunteers, please. There's no sense waiting, standing here. Just take the pledge forms and go to the tables. While Ahsan is getting ready, I have a very special friend, and you have seen him, that he's always there supporting, and today he's the platinum sponsor. It's Kenny Botstein. Kenny, $7,500. I have a pledge for $300, and this is no name, please. I also have from a very dear friend, BYM Finance Inc., Bano Noor, $2,000. Thank you, Bano. I know it's getting slow, but my dear friends, as you know, we have to raise a lot of money tonight. I would appreciate if everybody voluntarily, there are forms on your table, voluntarily fills in whatever they want to give, because I think it will go a long way. So Ahsan, where are you? Ahsan and Ansari Sahab, can you come up? Oh, there you are. This is the Markham Islamic Center.
I have a few of my colleagues with me, fellow directors, Nadeem Hussain, Mohsin Masood, and Dr. Najmul Siddiqui. Dr. Najmul Siddiqui, if you could please come up. I have a lot of admiration for my fellow chartered accountant, Khalid Usman. But more admiration I have for all of you handsome and beautiful people who have opened up their wallets for the better cause in Pakistan, for the people who deserve, the poor people who are treated in Shaukat Khanum Hospital. And you are the people who deserve much, much more thanks than anybody else. May God bless you and thank you. So we are offering, inshallah, $10,000.
Thank you very much. I thought it would be more, because you're talking so much that your every word should be quite a bit. So anyways, but thank you. Jazakallah. Appreciate it. I have Shaista Ansari $500. Thank you, Shaista. Where are you? Of course, no event is complete if Zarar does not participate in it. So Zarar, $5,000. Thank you, Zarar. Appreciate it. Now, if every table was to match in, my job would be easier. So my dear friends, I'm going to request everybody. Ahsan is going to cost you even more now. Don't disturb the hall. Just MashaAllah. I have my friend Ahsan, Dr. Ahsan Maraij. Where are you, Dr. Sahab? Where are you? Right there. Please come on up. $2,500. Thank you, Dr. Sahab. Oh, thank you. No name, $200. Thank you. I'm looking at you. Anyways, my dear friends, we got to move faster. We have the Jawad Ahmed who's waiting to perform. So the sooner you give me your pledge. Amar Sheikh, $300. Thank you, Amar. Now, my dear friends, you all are here, right? You all need to participate fully. So whatever the amount you want to give, please write and raise your hand, and the volunteers are going to be there to receive your pledge form. And I know Abda is working very hard. So Ruxana, you take the other side. Please go in the back. Javed, look around there. So I'm still waiting for you to send the form, because we got to raise a lot of money tonight. Thank you, Noman Jafar. Noman is a great friend, a great contributor. $1,000. Thank you, Noman. Where are you, Noman? Raise your hand, wherever you are. Thanks. Brother Sayyid, $100. Thank you. No amount is small, so please, whatever you want to write, just fill it in and send it to us. Every amount is a great help. Alan Rubin, thank you, Alan. $250, thank you. Nancy, that goes in your credit. It's your table. Okay, guys, move fast. Now I also have, that we're going to be auctioning off, is a cricket bat, which has been autographed by Imran Khan himself. MashaAllah. Parvez Akhtar, come on up. He's another young entrepreneur who has done wonderful, both in politics as well as in business. A great friend, Parvez Akhtar, on behalf of his mother, Behrose Jan, is giving $5,000.
Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so honor and privilege, and I think Khalid Usman Saab inspiration, and he's a role model for our community. And thank you, sir, for giving us opportunity and participating in this great cause. May Allah protect all of us from this bad disease, but let's help those who are already affected from that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Khalid. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Parvez. Hannah, Rana, and Salman Horani. I guess these are the newlywed young couple. $200. Thank you. Where are they? The mother. Okay. Lise. Thank you, Lise Marcotte. $100. Thank you very much. for your contribution. अली भाई, यार आज तो ऐसा ना करो ना, अब तो आज तो देना ही पड़ेगा तुम्हें. Minister Reza Moridi, thank you very much for your donation, $250. Thank you. Zakir Patel. I need to get an amount in there. So whoever sent it, Javed Khan. Let's give it back to him. Our Member of Parliament from Markham Unionville, Markham Thornhill, sorry, Mary A, $100, thank you. Now who says politicians don't pay? Of course they do. Bangu Zheng Professional Corporation, here's another politician, $250, thank you Bangu. It takes time for me to open it up. It's no name, it's $500, thank you. Mrs. Wajia Hussain, $250, thank you. And Surah Qureshi, $100, and Soar Consultants, $100. Thank you. So Zakir Patel, $500. Thank you, Zakir. Now, my friends, it's taking a little harder time. Sayyid Hussain, $250. Thank you. So while they are totaling up, can I request all those who have not yet participated and would like to participate? It's a great cause. And by the way, you are going to get the donation receipt for the non-food portion of your ticket. Nancy Colden, thank you Nancy, $1,000. Please give her a big hand. Nancy. Amir Shamsi, $100. Okay, my dear friends, we have reached a goal of 30. We have reached a goal of 30. We need to take it up to at least 75. So I need you to help me double that amount. Mr. and Mrs. Alvarez, $100, thank you. Khalid Sultan, Khalid, $200, thank you sir. Now, has everybody given? Are you thinking you have participated in today's fundraising? If there's any other last chance, Rai Saab, thank you Rai Saab, $250. Pritpal. Mrs. Councillor Amanda Kaluchi, $250. Thank you, Amanda. Please give her a big hand. Ali Kamar, $100. Khurram Qureshi, thank you, Khurram, $500. Thank you. Ambreen Akhtar, thank you Ambreen, $150. Okay, while you are contemplating and we are getting more, I guess people want to think, I also have a cricket bat that needs to be auctioned, has been signed by Imran Khan himself. So I'm going to ask the volunteers if you can come by and please you can take that bat. All those who love cricket and you know that Imran Khan himself has been the best cricket player and a test captain. So here is the bat and here is his Imran Khan's autograph. So what we want to see is how many of his fans will pay the price for this bat. So I'm going to start. Amin bhai, from your table, how much would you like to pay for this? I'm not doing an auction like an auctioneer, but I know that there are people who are fans who would like to get their hand on this bat. So, well, don't insult us. You're talking about $3,000 as a starting. So you'll have to pay your salary. $3,000. Do I see any hands? $3,000. I guess you guys are too far from me. $3,000. Anybody? Anybody interested in $3,000? How about $2,500? How about $2,500? No? So I guess we'll leave it here. If I can get the best price for this, Jameel Malik, $250. Thank you. So my dear friends, it looks like in this crowd, there is no person who likes cricket bats. Is that true? Where are all those PTI guys? Where are they? Are they outside the room? Tariq Mahmood, $100. Thank you, Tariq. Okay, where are we? This is anonymous, $100. Kenny, you're starting the bidding? Well, how much will it be? 1,000? I got a guy here paying 1,000. This can be in your museum, you know that. Fareed Khan, $250. Shamim Sadiq, thank you, Bhavi. $500, thank you. Now I got an offer of $1,000. Ali, what do you say? Hey, 1,000 तो है ना यार? नहीं वहाँ से भी एक 1,000 है. अब 1,000 में तो तुम नहीं होगे ना यार? मैं 1,000 होगे. Anybody else? Well, it's 1,000, Kenny. It's 1,000 here. Are you going for more? It's 1,000 here. 1,200. What about you? 1,500. लेना है? 1,500? 13. यार, बाबा चैरिटी है यार, क्या कर रहे हो तुम? अल्लाह उतना ही तुम्हें देगा जितना तुम आगे दोगे. 15, 13, 13. Anybody else? Okay, you can have it on 13. How's that? 13. आप लिख लो वही कागज पे. How much? 2,000. तो सर सामने आओ ना यार, इनके देखो. Sir, I'll give you another one, it's okay. आप ले लें. I have an offer of 2,000 from there. 2,000. Rahila Khan, $100. Thank you very much. Okay, ji, I have $2,000 from Abdul Hamid. Anybody else making an offer on that one? Well, come on up to get your $2,000. Hamid bhai, what are you going to do with that many bags? MashaAllah, come on up. Can you open the other bag? Is Jawad here? Okay. Rabia, you want to come back up? Come on up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is a cold day. But whatever you have given, I am grateful. Thank you for the cause. Appreciate. And we will total it up and we'll let you know as to total raise today. But in the meantime, we'll carry on with our program because the singer for tonight is Mr. Jawad Ahmed, who has come from Pakistan, and he will be starting the next portion, and the desserts are going to be served.
Jawad comes on stage, we have some local musicians who are going to perform an opening song for you guys. Please enjoy.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before Jawad Ahmed takes on this stage, I would like to invite a local artist, a very good singer, an upcoming artist of GTA. Please give a big round of applause for Smita.
Good evening, everyone. Assalamualaikum. It's really an honor for me to be here tonight. While we're waiting for the celebrity singer Jawad, who's here, return to TV, guys, I'm just gonna sing one or two songs in the meantime while he's getting ready to come on the stage. I hope you like it. another song.
Human Rights Award, and these are all given by the government of Pakistan. He is an ambassador.